La Salam, comrades. It's me, the Red Gardener, and today what we're going to be talking about is how to use toilet paper rolls as starting cups and why they're better than a lot of the other shit you may come across. Um, First of all, they're free, and you have them anyway. The way I use them, I can't take them out of this box right now because I don't have anything in the bottom. And the reason I don't is what I do is I will put them in a box like this and fill it up with soil. Nothing in the bottom of it. I don't really need it. Kind of pack it down a little bit, and then use them as either seed starter majigs, or in this case, I use it to propagate cuttings. And these ones is red and black currant. Good color combination. But the reason I do them like this is because it prevents the shock of when you take it out of like a cup or whatever and put it into anything else, repot it in any way. There's going to be some sort of root shock like that, and this is a way to kind of mitigate that. Kind of takes down the anxiety of worrying about if you're gonna fuck it up, because you can just plant these. I wait for the roots to get established. If I'm growing something from seed, just let it grow until it's a good size, not quite root bound. If it is getting root bound, then you can cut it open if you need to. But with a lot of them, the roots will just kind of come out the bottom of it. So you just put the toilet paper tube in there in the ground, and the roots will go out the bottom, and that's that. With these, the way I do it is right now I got them inside. I cut them off the plants out here. I bring them inside, let them leaf out, let the roots develop a little bit, and then later on, when the roots are more developed, I start what do you call it? Hardening them off. I'll take the box. I'll set it outside during the day because right now the nighttime temperatures is still getting down to the 30s and 40s. So I don't really want that. So I'll bring them inside at night and then bring them out in the day. Let them get used to the air and the temperature and all that shit. And once they're pretty acclimated to being outside and the nighttime temperatures aren't going to damage them, then I just take them straight from here and put them into the ground. Well, a lot of the stuff that cheap and sustainable gardeners do is profitable or whatever. Like you like this is all free shit right here. All of this plants that I got for free from somebody, from cuttings, toilet paper tubes, old newspaper, and all that shit. And now this ain't all of them, but I got like 30 free currant bushes and all that. It's free, it's economical, and it's easy to kind of slip into kind of a petty bourgeois mindset there of like, this is all about money. One way I try to kind of mitigate that, because small production engenders capitalist relations. Try to keep in mind that a lot of the stuff that we're doing as sustainable gardeners right now is we're basically preparing the techniques and social relations for when the proletariat does take state power. One of the things about the agricultural industry that kind of differs from some other ones is that normally with an industry, say under capitalism, it will develop to the point where it's kind of stratified. There's the owning class and the working class, and then we working class will take ownership of it. But with agriculture, the profit-driven agriculture has completely destroyed like everything that it's touched. So we're not going to just be able to just take over agriculture as it is. We have to rebuild it from the ground up. No pun intended. And what we are doing now, we should be kind of preparing and working with others, get involved with gardening groups and stuff like that. And you can kind of identify a lot of like-minded people that would be working on similar projects. And even there's a lot of reactionary people that are really into gardening too, for the really hyper-individualist, petty bourgeois mindset. And a lot of them, their reactionariness is not so much rooted as in the want to exploit others, but to kind of get away from the contradiction they have with the big capitalists. And these people, I call it kind of a non-antagonistic contradiction that could potentially become antagonistic depending on how they go. But they're reactionaries that you can work with maybe, but just you gotta be careful on that shit. But work with people, develop social relations, and a lot of mass production type shit. We do, because we do have to figure out how to grow and feed everyone, because not everyone really has, you know, the privilege of growing your own food. People got other shit you got to do. If you're in a position where you can just grow your own food and that's it, that's, you've already accumulated enough to live life in the imperial world, and you just got a garden for your food, like that's not a reality for most of the people in the world. So what we do have to do is develop an agricultural system that will work with a socialist future. How that takes place, there's going to, you know, we have a lot of discussion about that. Like, you know, things are going to have to be more, you know, local and all that shit. We're going to have to recover from the damage that capitalism has done to the ecological system. That's going to be a lot of hard work. Shit, like how much are we going to use things like human manure and urine recycling and all that stuff? To what degree we're going to compost everything to, you know, return the carbon back to the soil. And this isn't a topic that I really consider myself an expert at least not yet. It's something I'm kind of thinking about and developing, and I'm seeking out other kind of other opinions and schools of thought about how we can get to a socialist agriculture system from where we are now, accepting the fact that we are where we are right now, and we got to get to that point. So I'd like to hear from y'all on how your gardening and permaculture or whatever sustainability shit you do, how does that relate to where we need to go? Not just minimizing your impact in late capitalism, but the experimentation and all that. How are you preparing for the future, really, like the post-capitalist future? What skills and techniques, etc., are you developing that we are going to be able to put in use for the common good on a much larger scale once the proletariat takes power? All right, and that about wraps it up. Um, Thank you for tuning into the Red Gardener channel and watching my only video. And see you next time.